Hello, everyone. I'm Jordan Bolds, and I'm glad to be a part of the 2021 Woodson Warriors Scholarship Celebration. I would just like to say congratulations to all of the graduates. Continue to strive for greatness and continue to do your best in everything that you do. So I'm currently up in Orlando at the University of Central Florida studying mechanical and biomedical engineering, and the journey has been amazing this far. And so I'm gonna play a couple songs for you all, so sit back and enjoy.
We are so honored to be a part of this important night tonight, and we'd especially like to give thanks to the Carter Woodson African American Museum tonight for taking a chance on our One City chorus 5 years ago and saying yes and giving us a home.
Yes, and we're so proud to be asked to help support this wonderful project that gives financial help to so many deserving scholars in our area.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Until the killing of a black man, black mother's son, is as important as the killing of a white man, white mother's son. Don't you know that? We who believe in freedom cannot rest. No, no, no. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Cannot rest until it comes. Oh, well, I learned as a child there are two ways to see the world as it is and the way it could be. Some people say, that's just not my problem. Some people do what must be done. Now they see the hole in the fabric that must be sewn. They see the way blockaded and they roll back the stone. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. Yes, some people do what must be done. Well, they do what must be done. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. Now I see the toll taken, the tears that were shed. I've seen the journey started and the ripples spread. Some people say that's just not my problem. Some people do what must be done. Well, they see the hole in the fabric that must be sewn. They see the way blockaded and they roll back the stone. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. Yes, some people do what must be done. Well, they do what must be done. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. Yes, some people do what must be done. Well, they do what must be done. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you so beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like at oil wells, pumping in my living room. Just like moon and like suns, with the certainty of tide. Still, I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head, lowered eyes, shoulders falling down, like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? 'Cause I laugh like I got gold mines, didn't get my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of huts of history's shame, I'll rise. Up from a past that rooted in pain, I'll rise. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I'll rise. Into a daybreak that's honestly clear, I'll rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestor gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
My name is Lita,
I'm Barney.
and we're from the Urban Gypsies of Florida. We're honored that Jane asked us to perform a song for this evening, and we're recording here at our home studio on our cell phone. These are the new times. We're just honored to be asked to do something that we can contribute and support for the Woodson Warriors. I know that it's been several years that so many people have been raising funds for these scholars, and they've been doing a great job because of evenings like this. So we just want to encourage you guys to pick out a piece of art that you love and you're passionate about, bid high, and purchase it, and know that you are investing and contributing into the life of a human that is, because of you, their future is going to be bigger and brighter than it could ever be.
Thank you.
The song is called Life Uncommon by Joe. Don't worry, mother, it'll be alright. Don't worry, sister, say your prayers and sleep tight. You'll be fine, lover of mine. It'll be just fine. And lend your voices, call me the sounds of freedom. No longer lend your strength to that you wish to be free from, and fill your lives with love and bravery, and we shall lead a life uncommon. I've seen your anguish, I've heard your hearts cry out. We are tired, but we are worn out. Set down your chains, only faith remains. Set down your chains,
We love y'all.
We love you. Have a wonderful night, y'all.
Thank you for giving.
Good night.
Thank you all for joining us for the Woodson Warriors fundraiser. My name is Diamond Scrivens, and I am a Woodson Warriors Scholarship recipient. I'm forever blessed and humbled to be a part of the amazing Woodson Warrior family. As a first-generation sophomore at Florida State University studying in information technology, I'm constantly going through barriers trying to find my way and succeed. But it's the strength and courage that is instilled in me and the words of encouragement from my dear Woodson family that makes me continue to strive and succeed. I'm currently interning at the Student Computing Center on campus as an information technology intern while maintaining my 3.0 grade point average. Things may get tough, but as a Woodson Warrior, I always find my way through. My Woodson Warrior Scholarship made this all possible. Thank you guys for believing in me and my fellow Woodson colleagues. The main program begins soon, so get ready for a great show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just moments away from beginning the program here, the main program for the Woodson Warriors Scholarship Auction. So if you haven't already found the most comfortable chair in your house, now's the time to do so. Mix your cocktail, pour your glass of wine, whatever you so choose. Bidding on all of the auction items is open right now. So we have a silent auction, a live auction, a great opportunity drawing where you can win a $1,250 jewelry gift card to the Golden Diamond Source. So please, if you want to register for the event, if you haven't registered yet, you're running out of time, please text the word Woodson to 72727. Just like you see right there, text that word Woodson to 72727. If you're watching this program right now, that means that you're registered. But if you're watching the program with some other people and you're using their link to watch the program, that means you're potentially not registered. So in order to bid and donate and have that full immersive experience, please make sure you get registered for our program. We also have our text to screen feature. What is that? Simply that. We're going to text in pictures from you all. We're going to put them up on the screen. So if you send us your pictures of you watching the program here tonight, send them to 813-212-2122. We're going to be able to make you part of the program, and it will look just like this. We've had some pictures come in already, people watching the program, getting ready to go, helping to support the Woodson Warriors Scholar. So please, text in those pictures, let us know that you are out there, you are ready to go. Now, to roll along with our pre-show, we want to introduce a woman who believes in this mission wholeheartedly. She's also an art expert who's going to take you through and show you some of the works of art that are available in our auction. Remember, they're all open for bidding right now, so through your bidding device, however you registered, you can bid on these items now. The person who's going to show you through these has a Master's in Fine Arts degree from George Washington University. She has a Certificate of Fine Art and Furniture Appraisal from New York University. She's written articles about art for an online journal like East of Harlem, and also here locally in the St. Petersburg area, she has a mayoral appointment on the Art Advisory Committee for the City of St. Petersburg. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Celeste Davis.
Thank you, Jason. I was drawn in by the colors, the luminous qualities of bright, shining lightness. As I approached the painting, I thought I could almost smell it. That's how beautiful the lilies were. An artist that is at one with her subject. That's Jane Monk. Jane's work resonates with the history of famous late 19th century artists who are a part of her lineage. William Chase, Charles Hawthorne, and Jerry Farnsworth. Farnsworth, like all great teachers, teaches the student while frees the student to find their own voice and style, which is exactly what we see here in this piece by Jane. And we are honored to have this as a part of the many pieces that are available for the Woodson Warriors Scholarship Fund. Jane's work is about a feeling, an emotion. There's a warmth here. There's a love of the subject matter. It's a relationship that we share as I observe and appreciate Jane's work. What makes this quality so special? A part of it is upon close observation, you can see a technique called scrumbling, which means that you don't see the brush strokes. What you observe is just a marriage between paint and canvas. There's a oneness that is created, which adds to the total quality of the piece. And we have our live auction pieces. This work by Jane Bunker, this piece by Stephen Kenny, this work by Brenda McMahon, and this piece by Mark Avon. And this beautiful glass piece by Duncan McClellan.
Greetings, wonderful people. I chose to sing a song for you that I wrote to remind us all of all the beauty that exists inside each one of us. And I so appreciate that you are bidding on these beautiful pieces of art because you believe in all the beauty that's inside each of the Woodson warriors that are receiving these scholarships. Thank you, Carter G. Woodson. And Jane and I love our piece of art that came from this wonderful auction last year. Enjoy. Something wonderful is happening here, and it's you. Something wonderful is happening here, and it's you. No matter what's happening around you, what lives inside can astound you. Something wonderful is happening here, and it's you. Something wonderful is happening here, and it's you. When you open yourself from the inside out, only good is coming about. When you open your heart and let it all out, it's only good. Something wonderful is happening here, and it's you. It's you and you and you and you. Something wonderful is happening here, and it's you. Walking on the planet with your heart open wide lets you shower the world with the magic inside. Get to know the place where all is well. Get to know that good in you does dwell. Something wonderful is happening here, and it's you. You and you and you and you and you and you. Something wonderful is happening here, and it's you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sharnicia Cummings. I attend Santa Fe College here in Gainesville, majoring in sociology. I am one of the 2020 Woodson Warrior recipients. This year's virtual scholarship program is about to begin. I found me a comfortable seat. If you haven't done that yet, now's the time to do so. And thank you. Thank you so much for supporting students like me. The show will begin in just a few minutes.
My name is Diamond Scrivens, and I am a Woodson Warriors Scholarship recipient. I'm forever blessed and humbled to be a part of the amazing Woodson Warrior family. As a first-generation sophomore at Florida State University studying in information technology, I'm constantly going through barriers trying to find my way and succeed. But it's the strength and courage that is instilled in me and the words of encouragement from my dear Woodson family that makes me continue to strive and succeed. I'm currently interning at the Student Computing Center on campus as an information technology intern while maintaining my 3.0 grade point average. Things may get tough, but as a Woodson Warrior, I always find my way through. My Woodson Warrior Scholarship made this all possible. Thank you guys for believing in me and my fellow Woodson colleagues. The main program begins soon, so get ready for a great show.
Good evening. I'm Terry Lipsy Scott, Executive Director of the Dr. Carter G. Woodson African American Museum. Welcome this evening to the Woodson Warriors Scholarship Auction.
And hello, I'm Jane Bunker, and I am so glad that you've decided to join us this evening. We're excited to introduce you to some of our amazing Woodson Warriors who will be joining us throughout the show.
I'm Larry Biddle, and we're here tonight together to celebrate the successes of the past scholars and to raise money for the new scholars for this year.
I'm James Mack. The African American scholars this program supports are the leaders of tomorrow.
I'm John Otterton. Our goal is to help support these young scholars so that they can reach their full potential.
I'm Celeste Berry. Together, we serve on the board because we care about our community and we care about these amazing young people.
I'm Mason Morfitt. Our goal tonight is to make sure that everyone who wants a chance can get a chance. We believe Black Lives Matter. Now, let's turn it over to Jason Alpert for the rest of the show.
Mason, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you live from the Dr. Carter G. Woodson African American Museum here in St. Petersburg, Florida. My name is Jason Alpert. I will be your MC, your host, and your auctioneer throughout the program. I will tell you, we have got a small but mighty studio audience, and when the time is right in the program, they're going to do this. There are a total of about 10 people here in the studio with us. It is our committee who helped put on this event. It is our AV team, the production crew, and certainly our mobile bidding partners with Qtego, helping to make sure that you all are able to bid and donate on the items that you so choose to do so. We want to thank the Milky Family Foundation for being our presenting sponsor of this program, and certainly to Soul Media and Emily Harris for helping to put together so many of the amazing videos that are going to be part of this program. We are going to be picking some registration rewards. What are those? They're prizes that we're giving just for registering for the program. So if you're not registered yet, please do so. How do you do that? Very simple. Use this information right here, right? Text the word Woodson to 72727. If you're watching this program using a link that was sent directly to you, then you are registered. You don't have to do anything else. If you're watching this program using a link that someone else received or you're in a group watching it together, please make sure you register to win our prizes and register to be part of our program. Our silent auction will close at around 5:45, but we will count you down to the last few seconds of that silent auction. We also have our Golden Diamond Source Opportunity Drawing where you can win a gift card to the Golden Diamond Source for $1,250. And it could only cost you $100. So there's only 50 opportunities to do that. All of that is done through your bidding device. So whether you're registering on your phone or your laptop or your tablet, however you're bidding and donating, you can buy and donate all through that platform. We've got a great performances coming up throughout the program. Our headline performance at the end of our show is R&B superstar Alex Harris. So we all know that we are ready for that one. But probably the most important part of this program is introducing you to the Woodson Warriors, those scholarship recipients whose lives are changed for the better because the Woodson Warrior Scholarship Program begins. So you're going to meet many of them throughout the program. You've already seen a few of them in the pre-show helping to get us ready, but now we want to turn it over to our next Woodson Warrior Scholarship recipient. Please welcome to the show, Lauren Latimer.
Thank you, Jason. I am a first-generational college student majoring in communication sciences and disorders with hopes of becoming a speech-language pathologist specializing in work with children. Before going to college, I was a little concerned that because I am a first-generational college student, that I would not be able to pay for the things that I know I desperately needed to pay for, such as housing, books and tuition, as well as a meal plan. And I also was a little concerned that my parents would not be able to help me to pay for those things as well. Because I am a recipient of the Woodson Warrior Scholarship, the concerns that I had prior to going to college are no longer my concerns, and I could not be more grateful. I also have other scholarships which make sure that every single time and every year that it's time for us to pay for a bill that I do not have a single bit of stress. I decided to apply to be a Woodson Warrior because my mentor pushed me up to it. I am also grateful now that she did push me up to it simply because I know that without this scholarship, I would not have the big support system that I have. I was concerned that when I went off to school and transferred a year ago from Florida State University to the University of South Florida, that everyone would turn their back on me or be disappointed because I decided to transfer. However, not a single person affiliated with the Woodson Warrior Scholarship decided to turn their back on me. And because of that, it made me realize that obstacles are going to be thrown my way, and I have to be a warrior, just like the scholarship says, and overcome them. And this scholarship also taught me that no matter how hard times may get, you have to keep pushing because you have people cheering for you. You have people that's also looking up to you. We are the first group of the recipients, and I hope that the other groups of the recipients also learn from us. I want to now thank you guys once again and introduce the Executive Director of the Carter G. Woodson African American Museum, Ms. Terry Lipsey Scott.
Wow, as you can see, Lauren is one of the many reasons we're here this evening as we celebrate the second annual Woodson Warrior Auction. We invite you to be a part of making a difference in the lives of these extraordinary youth who've been identified here in our community. I'm Terry Lipsey Scott, the Executive Director of the Dr. Carter G. Woodson African American Museum here in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. We have partnered with a visionary, none other than Dr. Jane Bunker, who recognized the importance of being there and making that difference for those who need us most. Lauren is a prime example of an individual who strived to achieve excellence as she continues her studies as a rising junior to become a speech pathologist. We have other scholars with whom you'll meet later this evening who will further demonstrate to you that this will be one of the wisest investments that you will make, investing in the lives and minds of youth who need you most. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you another one of our wonderful scholars, that being Daniel Sanders. Take it away, Daniel.
Thank you, Ms. Terry. I would just like to start out by giving a very big thank you to the Carter G. Woodson African American Museum. I got involved with the Woodson Warrior Scholarship Program not only through my mom, who has known Ms. Terry for a while. I have been to and been a part of many different events that took place at the Woodson, and I must say all of those events were incredible. But I guess my involvement allowed Ms. Terry to think about me when it came time to send out applications for the scholarship, and for that I am incredibly just thankful for the Carter G, for Ms. Terry, and all those involved. The scholarship has allowed me to do a lot of what I wanted here on campus. This is my sophomore year, so there's that already moving forward in my college career. I'm a resident advisor currently. I am the director of homecoming on the Association of Campus Entertainment, and I'm a DJ with the campus's new radio station that we just launched last September, and I must say it has all been so much fun. But thank you so much to all of those who have supported the Woodson Warrior program in the past, those who will in the future, and I just want to say, as we head into the fundraising portion of the program, just remember to bid early and bid often. Again, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for being here, helping all of us out. Jason, back to you.
All right, Daniel, thank you so much. Now, Daniel, you forgot one very important thing. We loved bid early and we loved bid often. You forgot bid high. They've got to bid high in the auction portion of the program as well, right? Folks, Daniel talked about it there. And when you meet Daniel and you met Lauren, you understand the type of individuals who we're supporting here with the Woodson Scholarship Program. They are the future. They are the ones who ultimately it will be cyclical, and one day they're going to come and they're going to give back to those who come after them. So as we go into this fundraising part of the program, not only think about Lauren and Daniel and Diamond and those who you met earlier, but think about all the Woodson scholars that could come for many years into the future. The way Daniel put it is this is the fundraising part of the program. So there are now 3 minutes left in the silent auction. Understand that it's not an exact 3 minutes. It's about 3 minutes. The way that latency works, and latency is the fact that the words that are coming out of my mouth are reaching people at home at a different time. So the way that latency works, it won't be an exact 3 minutes. So I encourage you to pull out your bidding devices, however you're bidding on our items, and bid now, bid high, and bid often, right? This museum has been turned into an art gallery specifically for the Woodson Scholarship Auction. So we're going to take a look at some of these pieces that are hanging in the gallery, the museum, where we are right now. You see the beautiful pieces by Dr. Jane Bunker on the walls, and you will know that there are 20 different pieces in our silent auction. And we also have 5 pieces in our live auction, which you can bid on right now if you so choose, but the live auction will come immediately after our silent auction. So you want to make sure you get in those bids as well. This is also our last call for the opportunity drawing. That be the gift card for the Gold and Diamond Source worth $1,250. We were only selling, I want to make sure I have an updated number on this. We were selling 50 of them. There's only 23 of them left. So the next person who buys has a 1 in 28 chance of winning this for just $100. So please pull it out, tap on the button that says raffle, and buy your way into that opportunity drawing. We also want to make sure that you know about our registration rewards. Remember, all we're doing here is picking someone at random who's registered and giving them rewards. And this first reward are 2 tickets to American Stage. If you're not registered yet, you can still win a registration reward later in the program. But we're going to randomly select a winner. Who is our first winner? Karen Cole. Karen Cole is a winner of our first registration reward. Karen, thank you so much for registering, and you get our first prize of the night. We also have our text-to-screen feature. If you haven't already texted in your pictures, now's the time to do so. 813-212-2122. The number's on the screen there, but you can also see it right here as we show you the pictures that have been sent in so far. The number at the top of your screen there, please send us your pictures of you watching the program. Oh, somebody's watching us outdoors in the snow. That's not St. Petersburg, is it? It's 813-212-2122. Please send in your pictures. Oh, look, we've got Lauren Latimer who's watching our program tonight. I think I saw, there's Demetrius Williams, another one of our scholarship winners. I promised Demetrius that if you bid high in this auction, he'll send in a picture with him smiling next time. It's coming, right? I promise. So please text in your photos throughout the program as well. Now, we also want you to know about our headline performer at the end of our program tonight. Alex Harris is going to be performing to wrap up our program here tonight. So stick around through the end. The whole program's only about an hour. So we're going to have a great time, have some great entertainment. I will also tell you, as I mentioned, those silent auction items, which are about to close, that's one thing. The live auction items are not only a display here behind me, but they're also available on your bidding device right now. So there's a tab there that says live items. If you tap that live item button, you can start bidding on the live auction now. We'll talk you through the logistics of exactly how the live auction is going to close in just a few moments. So, so there's the official silent auction is closed bell. Whether or not you heard it or not, I can promise I heard it. It was a little bit dim over there. But the silent auction is now closed, right? So if you want a silent auction item, you will get a text through Qtego. Qtego is our mobile bidding platform that we're using here. You will get a text from them letting you know that you won that item. So thank you for supporting the Woodson Scholarship Program through our silent auction. But with that said, it's now time for our live auction. The live auction is done very similar. You can hoot and holler for the live auction. Let's get it, right? All right. So the live auction is done very similar to the silent auction. Remember, all bidding is done through your bidding device. And I say bidding device because it can be your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your TV, your smart TV even, whatever it may be. If you're watching us in the full video mode, full screen mode, you must minimize your screen so you can see all the bidding options around the video player. We've got 5 live auction items. As I mentioned, the only difference between the live auction and the silent auction is that with the silent auction, you saw everything close all at once. For the live auction, we're going to talk about each item individually. We're actually going to hear from the artist for each one of these items. I will see the top bidder on each item on these beautiful screens in front of me here, provided by the production crew. I will see who our underbidders are on those items. I will then encourage people to bid back and forth on these items. And ultimately, we will then put a 30-second counter on each auction item. Please understand that I don't close the items in the live auction. The counter that is on your bidding device will close it. You'll actually see it say on there 30, 29, 28, and count all the way down to 0. When it hits 0, that live auction is now closed for that item. So if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. I know RJ's ready to go. So we're going to go into our first live auction lot. And I will tell you that I'll step out of the way here just so you can take a peek at our first live auction item. It's the one all the way over here, and it is the piece donated by Jane Bunker. It is called Black and White Together. It is a 40 by 30 oil on canvas. But folks, as I mentioned, we're going to be joined by each one of our artists who have donated these pieces. We're going to tune in and join us for the program, our first donor, Dr. Jane Bunker.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to my studio. I'm so glad you decided to join us tonight. Painting for me has always been about my passion for beauty and for the light. And I chose this particular painting, Black and White Together, to offer to the auction because it symbolizes my commitment to trying to level the playing field as best I can for the African American members of my human family. Thank you so much for being here.
No, Jane, thank you. She was the visionary behind this program. And I'm going to give you some statistics later on in the program of what she envisioned for this program 2 years ago and where we are now. But for now, we want you to see these up-close visions, up-close images of the work of art that has been donated. I mentioned it's called Black and White Together. Jane began studying seriously art at the age of 10. But then she says she diverted from art and had her other career, if you will, until about 20 years ago. 20 years ago, she started focusing on art specifically. And her life has changed because of it. Because not only has her art benefited so many art lovers out there, but through programs like this, her art is impacting those in our community who ultimately need it most. She's currently represented by galleries in New York, Santa Fe, Aspen, Boise, and Cape Cod. In 2013, she was given a one-woman show at the New Britain Museum of American Art. We had an opening bid on this one by Carl Duplessis at $1,000. Cynthia Dill came in at $1,200. We then had a next bid of $1,300 by James Mack. Folks, yeah, we can applaud for James, right? We can do that. So as these bids continue to come in, as I mentioned, I will see them here on our screen. We will make sure that we have the bids ultimately as we go. As I mentioned, the way these live auction items are going to end is I'm going to call a 30-second warning on these items. That 30-second counter will show up on your bidding device. When it gets down to 0, I will announce who our winner is. So, Carl, we're asking you to come back with our next bid on this one. And I can even look at my phone and kind of see the bids coming in as they go, right? So we're going to try to adjust that one. The next bid on this one, are they $250 bid increments at this point? All right, so we're $250 bid increments on this one, which means our next bid will be at $1,550. So Carl, I'm looking for you to go $550 more, not only to take home this work of art, but also to support the Woodson Warrior Scholars. Cynthia, I'm asking for you to go, that'd be $350 more to get another bid in. So is it Carl, is it Cynthia? If not, it's going to be James. Who's going to get this bid in at this point right now? Who's going to bid one time? Anybody want to go? Who's going to go one time? I'm going to make sure that I step out of the way again and allow you at least to take a peek at this piece again, because I know that you'll look at all of our live auction pieces, but ultimately, right now, the one that we're bidding on is this beautiful Black and White Together, the 40 by 30 by Dr. Jane Bunker. Currently, our top bidder is at $1,300. Who's going to go one time before we close it out? As I mentioned, when I put that 30-second counter on the clock, there's no going back. So we're going to see, does Carl want to come back one more time or Cynthia come in? Who's going to go before it's all wrapped up? I need a $1,550 bid. Let's put that 30. Oh, we just got a $1,550 bid. Elizabeth Moynihan is in at $1,550, which means the next one would be at $1,800. Is there an $1,800 bidder out there? Who's going to go? I'm going to ask James to come back one time. I'm going to ask Cynthia to come back one time. $1,850. Folks, the retail on this is $3,000. So not only will you be getting a great deal on a beautiful work of art, but also supporting this program. So one more time, I'm looking for a bidder at $1,800. $1,800 before we put that counter on the clock. Who's in at $1,800? Anybody want to go? We're going to put that 30-second counter on the clock right now. And as I mentioned, I'll tell you over and over that the words that are coming out of my mouth are reaching people at home at different times. So you can't rely on the timing that I am sharing with you through my voice. The only thing that you can rely on is the counter that shows up on your bidding device. So you will see it show up there. You will also see who our top bidders are there. And then ultimately, when this item is closed, I will announce who our winning bidder is. We will celebrate, and then we will move on to our next live auction lot. Again, Dr. Jane Bunker has provided more than 20 pieces for this auction here this evening. 19 of them, I believe, are in our silent auction, and this one, the featured item, is in our live auction. The 40 by 30 black and white together. The silent auction items, I will give you a little tease for the ones that didn't sell earlier. We're going to open them back up at the end of the program to see if anybody wants to go back to bidding on those. So I'll talk to you through that when that part happens of the program as well. But ultimately what we're going to do is we're going to announce our winning bidder on this auction lot with a bid of $1,550. Our winning bidder is Elizabeth Moynihan. We are sold, thank you, from the Woodson Scholarship Program. Let's move on to our next live auction lot. And this live auction lot is from Brenda McMahon. And it is as unique a piece as you may ever find because she does unique, one-of-a-kind ceramic wall decorations. You look at the piece that is perfectly lit behind me here. This one is called A New Dawn. It is 50 by 28. And once again, it's not for me to tell you about our piece. We're going to have the artists come join our program and share it with you themselves. So here is Brenda McMahon.
Thanks, Jason. I'm so excited to be a part of this program. I think it's such an amazing program, and I'm really honored to donate my art piece to the Woodson Warrior program. This is a dimensional sculptural wall mural, and what I've done here is I lay clay on the table and I create an undulating dimensional surface. The clay is very soft out of the bag, and so I pull and stretch and carve the surface to create this movement and this energy on the wall. The very last thing I do with the piece after I glazed it and framed it is I add these wonderful textures of stones and other elements into the piece. So the dimensional wall piece is good for indoors or outdoors. The piece is called A New Dawn. And what I love about donating this piece to the Scholarship Fund is that it perfectly represents what the Woodson Warriors are about. It's about investing in the future. It's about a new dawn of consciousness, of change, of inclusivity. So I'm super excited to be a part of it. I think it's a wonderful organization. I love being a part of change and the future. And I look forward to seeing who bids on this piece and gets this investment in their home that shows them what they too have invested in the future.
Brenda, thank you so much. That's right. I believe in change as well. And what I'm really looking for is a change in the top bidder, because that means that people will bid against each other to get a top bid on this piece. Again, it's called A New Dawn. The ceramic wall decoration is 50 by 28. I want to make sure that you all know a little bit more about Brenda, and I will get to that in a minute. But I will tell you that we opened up the bid on this at $1,000, and got that easy, right? Because this piece has a retail value of upwards of $3,000. Larry Enlow came in at $1,000. Billy Cox Glimpse came in at $1,500. Larry matched that bid at $1,500, and Billy Cox Glimpse said, you know what, I got your $1,500. How about your $1,600, right? So I have a top bid of $1,600 on this piece right here. We need somebody to go $1,850. Our next bid is $1,850. We're going in $250 increments once we get started. So Larry came in at $1,000, Billy came back, then Larry came back, and Billy came back again. It's like a heavyweight boxing match. They just keep landing body blow, body blow. We're going to see who's going to get that bid in at $1,850 to go home with this beautiful piece. I want to tell you that one of the things that Brenda has talked about with her works of art is she thinks of them as vessels, as polished jewels resurrected from the earth and transformed by the fire. Think about that. She uses fire to transform these pieces. And as I step out of the way, I will let you not only see it on the back wall there, but I know we've got some great close-up images of this piece as well. And I think it's so important to show those so that everyone understands the detail that is included in this. The sculptural wall art tiles are three-dimensional canvases that move with her hands. She forms and carves the surfaces, creates undulating and textural landscapes and impressionistic naturescapes. We're looking for that $1,850 bid. I keep looking at these screens that I have here in front of me, and we're wanting to see, is Larry willing to come back one time and bid that $1,850, or is Billy going to get this at $1,600, or is somebody else going to jump in? The wall art tile brings many earth materials together, clay, stone, and glass. She creates dozens of custom pieces a year, and she'd love to create one just for your home. So ladies and gentlemen, what I will tell you is that this is your opportunity to walk away here tonight for $1,850 with a custom one-of-one Brenda McMahon piece. So we're going to go ahead and put that 30-second counter on the clock. That 30-second counter is going to see, is it going to be Larry or Billy or who it's going to end up being. Understand that Brenda was schooled at Manhattan's Hunter College and received her Master's of Arts degree from SUNY Albany. She, instead of using glazes on these pieces, it's a raku alternative. It's a firing process that she experiments with natural materials, polished porcelains, and the random markings of fire upon earth. It's known as Sager firing. She's got wall murals at Texas Children's Hospital, Pavilion for Women in Houston, and Long Island Jewish Medical Center. Folks, I will tell you that these are the types of pieces that are wow pieces. People walk in your house and what do they say? Wow. Thank you, thank you. It's like on cue. How wow was it? No, that was a different bid, right? But this is the type of piece that you're going to get that is going to be a wow piece for you. So I believe we do have a closed live auction lot right now. I'm going to refresh one more time, or we're good? There's our final refresh. Oh, look at this. We got someone who came in at the last minute with a bid of $1,850. David Bossung, we are sold. Thank you, from the Woodson Warrior Scholarship Program. All right, our next live auction piece comes to us courtesy of Mark Ailing. And listen, I'm out of surprises here. Guess who's going to help me introduce this piece? Mark Ailing. Thank you.
This piece is about the inherent mathematical forms that are found in nature. These are truths that are made evident in particular by the reproductive organs of plants. This particular seed pod is from a star anise, and it is an overlife-sized version of that seed pod, and it has to do with the Fibonacci sequence. This particular seed pod has 8 chambers where the seeds are generated from, and that is a Fibonacci number, and it is found all through nature, and you see these types of numbers repeated in many, many different organic forms. So there are mathematical truths that have to do with how nature reproduces, how cells reproduce, and to me that is fascinating, and that is very much what this piece is about. I chose it for this particular project because, or for this auction, because I find it to be a really beautiful piece, and anise is where licorice comes from, and I'm a big fan of licorice. So hope you enjoy it, and thank you very much.
I mean, isn't that a great part of buying art and winning art at an auction like this? Hearing from the artists why they did some of the things that they do. He picked the anise. Why? Because he likes licorice, and that's where licorice comes from. But you look at the beautiful detail that he has put on this piece. It is 48 by 48. The retail value on this is $5,500. Right now, our top bid is at $2,000. Larry Enlow opened us up at $1,750. Ellen McFadden is now our top bidder at $2,000. I need somebody to come in at $2,250 to get this auction going. Will it be Larry? Will it be Ellen? Will it be somebody else who gets in this next bid before we get ready to wrap up this piece? The star anise, again, is 48 by 48. Please understand that Mark Ailing, again, one of the most prominent artists in not only our community, but some people would talk about his impact nationwide and worldwide in some cases. He completed his Master's of Fine Arts in Sculpture at Washington College in 1993 and opened up MGA Sculpture Studio in St. Louis. In 2005, he moved to the Tampa Bay area and relocated MGA to St. Petersburg. He is the president of St. Petersburg's Warehouse Arts District Association, certainly as well known as they come here in the Tampa Bay area. Listen to some of the commissions that he has been commissioned to do. Before I read these, I'll call out my top bidder again. Ellen McFadden is at $2,000. Who's going to come in at $2,250? Is there a bidder out there at $2,250 who says this piece, which would normally in gallery be $5,500, I'm willing to dig deep at $22.50 and support the Woodson Warrior Scholarship Program. So Larry Enlow, we're looking for you to come back one time at $22.50, or Ellen McFadden, you right now could. We do. James Mack is in at $22.50. How about that? We now need a bidder at $2,500. Is there a bidder at $2,500? Who's going to come in one time at $2,500? I will now talk about some of the additional commission pieces, so you know that it's not just the piece that we continue to show you the up-close shots of, but it's also the notoriety that comes from owning a piece from an artist just like this. He was commissioned to do a piece called First Flight, which was commissioned by the Flight 2014 Foundation, and it's a replica of the airboat that made the first commercial flight over Tampa Bay in 1914, excuse me. He was also commissioned in 2018 by the Port Authority of Fort Lauderdale. I will go on and tell you more. He was commissioned by the Opal Sands Resort in Clearwater for a 35-foot long piece made of aluminum and glass in a collaboration with Christopher Still. That piece is on display at the Opal Sands. I could go on. At Sundial, he did the life-size dolphins, but this piece could be yours. Star Anise. We do have a $2,500 bid that just came in. Jane Bunker is in at $2,500. Who's going to go $2,750? Who's in at $2,750? Who's going to go? We got another one. Ellen McFadden is back at $2,750. Now we're talking, right? Now we're cooking with gas. Who's going to go $3,000? Is there a $3,000 bidder out there? Who's going to go $3,000? Is it Larry? Is it Ellen? Is it James? Is it Jane? Ellen, right now you're holding them off at $2,750, but can you hold them off without somebody going $3,000? Here's what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and put that 30-second counter on the clock. And that 30-second counter, remember, don't worry about the words that are coming out of my mouth. All you need to worry about are those red numbers that are showing up on your bidding device, your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your computer, however you're bidding here this evening. We're going to see who's going to leave this program tonight, this virtual program, with this amazing piece. It's 4 feet by 4 feet from corner to corner, from top to bottom. This is the Muse Award winner, the Artist of the Year from 2018 from the St. Pete Art Alliance. He's given that award for achieving excellence in the visual arts. I talked about the Sundial dolphins that he did. So many people in the Tampa Bay community have been to Sundial and seen those beautiful dolphins. How about the Ripple Effect? The Ripple Effect was a commission that he did in 2014, where MGA was awarded a public art commission by Baycare Health Services to create a 10-foot by 15-foot cast relief for the lobby of their new administrative facility in Clearwater. So he is doing some amazing pieces. So we're going to ultimately see. All right, so we do have a closed bid. Are we final here? Folks, once again, these bidders in my art auctions are really coming in right under the gun, and they're doing a great job of it. Look at this. We have Marianne Gray. We know Marianne from Freedom Ride in Orlando. Marianne wins this at $3,000. We are sold. Thank you from the Woodson Scholarship Auction. All right. Let's move on to our next live auction lot. This one comes to us courtesy of Steve Kenny. Now, I will walk you back here, and I know we're going to show close-ups of it in just a minute, but as we get ready to watch this piece, I want you to see the detail in the frame alone. The frame is part of the artwork, and once again, I'm not going to tell you about it. We're going to let Steve himself tell you about his piece.
I'm thrilled to be part of the Woodson Warriors Scholarships Auction, and this is the painting that I am donating. And it is called Flora number 4. And Flora, in case you don't know, is the Roman goddess of flowers and spring. And this is an oil on panel, painted in 1998. And here we have Flora, and you can tell that it's her because she's part of the landscape. And I've painted her with what is sort of a tiara, a natural tiara of tree seedlings. And around that is this formation of clouds that sort of looks like a halo almost. And over here there's a little bit of rain falling, nourishing the earth. The frame is made by me. It's oak. And you'll notice that in each corner there are these florets that are actually made out of pine cone petals that are glued as decoration in each of the 4 corners. So bidding is open now. I hope you'll go to the website, register, place your bid, or simply make a donation.
That's right. Bidding is open now. It's been open all day long, and we do have some bids that have come in on this already. This is called Flora. It's an oil-on panel. It's 14.5 by 11. But you look at that detail. He talked about in the corners of the frame. God, Chris, your timing is perfect on this video. In the corners of the frame, you see that he has taken pine cones and the pieces of the pine cones and made the florets that are located in the corners of the frame. So not only is the beautiful work of art, the flora, that oil on canvas, but it is also the frame as well, which is part of the artwork. So we opened up the bid on this one. Is that at $1,500? We did open it at $1,500. We're going $250 at a time on this one. So the next bid would be at $1,750. The retail value on this piece is $5,000. So right now we're looking for a bid at $1,750 for a $5,000 piece. We're going to see who's going to get in on our artist, Steve Kenny. He studied independently in Rome early in his career, and early in his career he also gained notoriety as an illustrator. He won awards and was published in Sony Music and Time Magazine. AT&T used his work, United Airlines, Microsoft, and many others. But then 25 years ago he made a change, and he decided to turn his talents to fine art. And the fine art is amazing and beautiful pieces that look just like Flora, just like the piece he has donated to this auction here this evening. 25 years, he's been exhibited in galleries in the United States and in Europe, and you can walk out of here this evening with a piece right now. We're looking for a bid of $1,750. Who's going to go $1,750 on this piece? Who's going to hang this piece proudly and prominently? We do have a new bid at $1,750. All right, so $1,750 was John Archerton. I'm going to do it every time, right? But you can sit back down, John, because you've been outbid already. Carl Fox came in at $2,000. So Carl is my bidder at $2,000. Who's going to come in at $2,250? That's Cal. I want to get that right. I apologize, Cal. Cal started us off at $1,500. John came back at $1,750. And then Cal is now in at $2,000. So my top bidder is at $2,000. We need $2,250 to get the momentum going of this auction. Remember, this is a $5,000 retail piece. It's a piece that, again, you can hang prominently in your home, in your office, or let's think that there's a mission or an organization who you support, who you know and you love. Maybe you buy this and you win this and they display this for you. That certainly is not unusual at an auction like this. So we opened it up at $1,500. We got a $1,750 bid, and now we're sitting at $2,000. Cal Fox is my top bidder at $2,000. Who's going to go $2,250? Is there a bidder at $2,250? Anybody want to go? Anybody want in one time? Who's going to go $2,250? Anybody want to go? Who's going to go one time? Anybody want in? Who's going to go one time? Anybody want in? We got a $2,250 bid. John's back at $2,250. Who's in at $2,500? Folks, I will tell you, Qtego, who is our mobile bidding platform, they make it so easy for you. All they do is they put the next donation in there for you, and you just have to hit submit my bid, right? So who's going to submit my bid there? We do have a $2,500 donation from Cal Fox. We're in at $2,500 now. Who's going to go $2,750? Is there a bidder at $2,750? Who's going to go one time? I need to check my notes here one more time to make sure that I have all the details correct on this item. That is right. We do have a $5,000 retail value, and all I'm looking for is $2,750, about 40% less than the retail, but it's for that great cause, right? So who's in at $2,750? Let's go ahead and put that 30-second counter on this auction lot. And I will remind you over and over that you look for that red counter on your phone. Don't trust the words that are coming out of my mouth because they're reaching people at home at different times than other people. So all we're going to do is when that clock hits 0, we're going to announce who our winning bidder is of this Steve Kenny piece. Steve Kenny, who is famous for many, many years in New York City as a freelance commercial illustrator, was featured in Sony Music and Time Magazine and AT&T and United Airlines. We also then saw him transfer his career to fine art 25 years ago. And that transfer led us to where we are today. Lucky enough to have him supporting the Woodson Scholarship Auction. And at this point, prepared to say sold on an item, well, he will raise thousands of dollars for the young people in this program. So we are waiting to see. At some point, I will be able to announce who our winning bidder is. Is that a final winning bid right there? All right. We do have a winning bid of $2,500 from Cal Fox. We are sold, thank you, from the Woodson Scholarship Program. All right. Now, we have our 5th and final live auction package. This one comes to us courtesy of our good friend Duncan McClellan, who, again, is local here to the St. Petersburg area, but is well known statewide, nationwide, and in some circles, worldwide. We're going to get a chance to see his piece up close and personal. In fact, I think I'm going to show it before we show his video. I've got a few extra minutes here. I know they're all concerned about me lifting up this piece right here. But I do want to show it off because it's important for you all to see the depth of it. And not only the detail that is shown on the front, but when he talks about his process, it's really the detail that is blown on the back, right? And so let's go ahead and hear from Duncan, and then we'll go into some really up close and tight shots of this piece so you understand the type of work you'll be getting.
Good afternoon. My name's Duncan McClellan. I'm a glass artist here in St. Petersburg. I'm really honored to be included in the auction for the Carter G. Woodson Museum, an institution for the city of St. Petersburg and dear to the hearts of many people and deserving of our support. The piece that will be in the auction I'm very proud of. It's called Dragonfly, and the dragonfly symbolizes the transformation, the forming of new ideas. And I thought that was a very appropriate thing to include in this auction. I hope you bid high. It's a worthy cause, and I know you'll enjoy the piece in your home. So thank you very much.
All right, Duncan, thank you. Look at this gorgeous piece that he has donated to the Woodson Scholarship Auction, again, called Dancing Dragonflies. And I love the fact that each one of our artists put so much thought into the piece that they were either going to create for this auction or pick from their collection to donate to this auction. He talked about the transformation. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to transform lives through the funds that we're able to raise through the Woodson Scholarship Program. We opened up the bid on this at $1,000. Larry Enlow got in at $1,000. Lucy Cecilia came in at $1,250, and Larry Enlow is in now at $1,500. That is my top bidder at $1,500. We can hoot and holler for that one, right? We need a $1,750 bid to keep this one going. We got 3 bids on this one so far. Again, the retail value is higher than $3,000. So let's see if we can get another bid at $1,750. We know Duncan McClellan and his fascination with glass. It began when he was 5 years old, and now, over the years, he learned to blow glass at studios in Ybor City. He was honored as the second American invited to study and work at the ARS studio in Murano, Italy. So again, that worldwide recognition. His process enables him to place imagery on the inside and the outside, and in some cases, both of his glass vessels. In his one-of-a-kind series of works, images are juxtaposed to articulate the message or the idea, and he's done just that. We do have a new top bidder on this item. Celise Berry is in at $1,750. So Celise is in at $1,750. Who's going to go $2,000? Is there a $2,000 bidder out there? Is it Larry? Is it Lucy? Or is Celise going to end up leaving here this evening with a $1,750 work of art by none other than Duncan McClellan? Duncan has said about a piece just like this that each piece holds a unique place in his life, and it's his joy to share it with you, and that's what he's doing. He's sharing a work of art with you. I need a $2,000 bid on this piece. Who's going to go $2,000? The Dancing Dragonflies, 22 by 22 by 6. As I mentioned, the depth of this piece, 6 inches deep, the 22 by 22. So who's in at $2,000 before we wrap this one up? Let's go ahead and put that 30-second counter on the clock right now. And in a moment, I will be able to announce who our auction winner is. Duncan McClellan, the second American invited to study and work at the ARS studio in Murano, Italy. The ARS studio, so many people know and respect for what they do within this industry. He learned to blow glass right here in the Tampa Bay area in Ybor City, but it was only after he started as a 5-year-old seeing the art, knowing the art, loving the idea of how to make art out of glass. This process enables him to place imagery on the inside and the outside of his work. So you look at there and you see the front of the work. We're looking for the back of the work as well. So you see what he's able to do there. It comes through the beautiful lighting that you have set up there so that you can see both sides. So we do have a closing winning bid on this auction lot. At the last moment, with a $2,000 bid, Larry Enlow is in. We are sold, thank you, from the Woodson Warrior Project. All right, so as the live auction has kind of come to a conclusion here, I will tell you we're now going to move into a part of the program that we call the Bid from the Heart. And in the Bid from the Heart, you're not going to be bidding on works of art. You're going to be bidding to give from the bottom of your heart. And that's why we call it the Bid from the Heart. And your bids, your donations in this part of the program go directly to our mission. And that's why we're asking you to bid from the bottom of your heart, because it's going to go directly to our scholarship fund. But it's not for me to tell you about our mission. It's for you to see it and hear it firsthand from those who are most impacted by it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor and privilege to introduce you to the Woodson Scholarship recipients.
Hi, my name is Akari White.
My name is Diamond Scrivens.
And my name is Amaya Ellison.
I'm Dan, and I am a Woodson Warrior.
To me, being a Woodson Warrior means that people have seen the hard work that I have put into high school and have hopes that I will continue to put that same hard work throughout college, which I most definitely plan to do.
It has helped me tremendously in college financially because I was able to buy my books, pay for access codes, and miscellaneous items. Also put food on my table.
I know that with being a Woodson Warrior, I can put anything and do anything that I want to and that I can achieve.
Being a Woodson Warrior has been absolutely incredible. I have been exposed to so many different opportunities already. I'm very grateful for the Woodson Warrior Scholarship.
No matter how hard college might get, how many times I wanted to give up first semester because it's not people in my classes looking like me. There's not many people on campus the same skin complexion as me. I had to remember that I'm a Woodson Warrior. They have hope in me. I need to have hope in myself that I could be strong enough to fight through this and be the warrior that they see in me.
We are extremely grateful for those who think enough of our children to want to support them. So again, I say thank you. My family says thank you. Zakaria says thank you. And we pray that those who are considering donating will donate.
I'm so grateful to all of you who bought a painting or made a donation last year, and I encourage all the rest of you to join us in contributing in whatever way you can to what I think is one of the best investments in our future and our community. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone. First and foremost, I want to say how grateful I am for being a Woodson Warrior Scholarship recipient. Before I received this scholarship, I always asked myself, Tori, where are you going to get the money to afford college? I always knew I needed good grades to be able to go to college and to apply for scholarships, but I just never knew exactly where that money was going to come from. In my senior year at the Boca Ciega High School, we had a guidance counselor who told us a lot of information about colleges, the ACT and the SAT, and scholarships that were available in the area. So I just told myself, you're gonna apply for as many scholarships as you can. I heard about this scholarship from a family friend, and when I applied, I didn't think I was gonna get it. So when I got the email saying I received the book scholarship, I was ecstatic. I knew exactly where the money for my books was going to come from, and it wasn't out of my pocket. And that was a huge weight lifted off of my shoulders. So the end of the spring semester rolls around, and I get an email telling me to reapply for the scholarship. So I'm just thinking, yay, I'm gonna have more money to go towards my books for the next year. No, that was not the case. I got money for books, but I also got money to go towards my tuition. And that was a huge weight lifted off of my shoulders. Ever since I've applied for the scholarship, my life has just been so positive. I know I don't have to worry about where the money for school and books is coming from because I know that I have this scholarship. Not only the money, but the people as well. The people are great resources to have. They are great people to talk to, and they're always checking in. I am a second-year student at the University of South Florida. I attend the Tampa campus, and I'm a nursing major who is applying for the nursing program soon, and I am striving to become a nurse anesthetist. With this scholarship, I just know that I won't have any roadblocks in my way, so I am able to become the nurse anesthetist that I want to be. So again, thank you. And coming from a lucky recipient of the Woodson Warrior Scholarship, here's another one, Demetrius Williams.
Hi, my name is Demetrius Williams. I'm a sophomore at University of Miami and I'm studying marketing. When I got accepted into University of Miami, I was super excited but also kind of nervous because with University of Miami being a private school, it's more expensive than your average college. So I didn't know where I was going to be able to get all the financial aid that I needed to go there. I didn't want money to be the sole reason why I couldn't go to UM because it's the best school for what I want to do professionally. So when the Woodson Warrior Scholarship got brought to my attention, I jumped at the opportunity to apply to it because it was a new scholarship and it was the first year that the program had been made, and it was the first year that the scholarship was being offered to students. So it felt like the perfect timing for me because I knew that I was going to need a scholarship like this if I was going to get into my dream school. I participated in this extracurricular program in high school, junior year, for young black men called the Bataillon Militaire. And one of the people overseeing the program who mentored me referred me to this scholarship, and I was very thankful to her. Since getting this scholarship, I got it freshman year and sophomore year, which I am very thankful for because we were only supposed to get the scholarship once. But because of the pandemic, the program that they had for the class of 2020 for them to get it was halted. So they had decided to give all of the money that they had already raised to last year's winners. Since getting the scholarship twice, it has helped me pay for books, a portion of my tuition, and a portion of my room and board, which definitely lifted a lot of weight off of my shoulders because being in school is stressful enough, having to worry about assignments, classes, and just being away from home. So having to also worry about money just takes away focus from what is important. And getting the Woodson Warrior Scholarship just helped me put my focus back on what really matters, which is passing my classes. And also having a fellowship in just all the people who won this scholarship with me, my fellow Woodson Warriors, just also keeps me motivated because I know that I'm not alone in this crazy journey of college. And also having mentors and all the people behind the scenes who, without them, this scholarship wouldn't even be possible. Like Jane Bunker, all the donators, also keeps me motivated because I know that someone somewhere out there is rooting for me. In the future, I want to own a business. I want to own a clothing line or a restaurant or both if I can. And I also want to work in marketing that pertains to social media or like TV, entertainment, commercial type of marketing. I am very, very thankful to anyone who has contributed to the scholarship in any type of way, now, in the past, or is planning to. And on behalf of me and all of my fellow Woodson Warrior Scholars, we just want you to know that you are very, very appreciated.
Demetrius, thank you for sharing your story with us. And certainly between your story and Tori's story and hearing the stories from all of our Woodson Warrior Scholars, you are just that. You are warriors. And we are here to help you fight that good fight, as they say, right? Understand that this is not just a one-year commitment that the Woodson Scholarship Program is offering our warriors. We are here to support them through many years of college. And that is what we're going to try to do in tonight's Bid from the Heart. We're going to ask you to bid from the bottom of your heart, to donate from the bottom of your heart. As I call out our dollar amounts, our donation amounts, you will see that on your bidding device, those buttons that you will so choose to bid and donate from are appearing on your device. So If they're not, there's a button that says donate. I encourage you just to tap the donate button. You'll see all the buttons there ready to take your donation. As I call out the donation levels, we've got screens here in the studio that will show me who is donating, who is giving, and we can celebrate you. Our goal over the next 7 or 8 minutes is to raise $60,000 for the Woodson Scholarship Program. Yeah, right now they're just applauding our goal, but wait until we get it, and then we're going to celebrate how much we've gotten. As I mentioned, the way it's going to work is I'm going to call it some dollar amounts. Some people may think they're a little bit high, but then I'm going to work my way down. Our goal is to have 100% participation from everyone who's watching this program. I will tell you that we're so lucky that while Demetrius was talking, I got word that we got a special message to share with you all. We mentioned earlier on in the program the Milky Family Foundation is our presenting sponsor of this event, but they're so moved by this program that they wanted to offer up this.
Hello, I'm Jean Milky.
And I'm Kevin Milky.
On behalf of the Milky Family Foundation, we'd like to kick off tonight's Bid from the Heart with a $25,000 donation.
We believe strongly in the mission of the Woodson Scholarship Program, and we hope you will too. Who's with us?
Who will follow our lead?
We're excited to see the funds raised tonight impact the Woodson Warrior Scholars for years to come.
How about that, right? A $25,000 donation to kick off our Bid from the Heart. Now, we do a lot of programs like this where someone may stand up and say, I'll give $25,000 if I can get someone to match me. Well, the Milkies didn't do that. They said, we're willing to give $25,000 to inspire others to give at whatever level they can. So as they said, who's with them? Who will follow their lead? Are there other $25,000 donors out there? Are there donors at $25,000 or $20,000 or $15,000? Now's the time to put those donations in. We see the donations that have been coming in, and we're going to acknowledge as many of them as we can throughout the program during this part of the Bid from the Heart. But at this point, we're going to acknowledge the Milky Family Foundation, of course, at $25,000. Where are my donors at $10,000? Are there donors at $10,000 to support the Woodson Scholarship Program? Anyone at $10,000? Look at that, we did just get a $10,000 donation. Mason Morfitt and Jane Bunker. Again, the originators of this program believe in it so strongly that they're willing to put up that $10,000. Who else at the $10,000 level? Who else is going to go $10,000 for the Woodson Scholarship Program? Anyone else at $10,000? Our total right now is $41,375. That's right. But we got a lot more work to do. Anyone else at 10? Remember, it's so easy to donate. You pull out your bidding device. The numbers are waiting there for you. The buttons, all you do is tap the one you want to donate. We're going to acknowledge as many of the donors that have come in earlier when we get to those levels. Where are my donors at $5,000? Who's in at $5,000 to support the Woodson Scholarship Program? We see the names. Oh, we did just get a $5,000 donation from Cameron, Ellen, and Lucy Morfitt. They're in at $5,000. Who else at $5,000? You see the names scrolling there on your screen. Ann and Chiquita and Carol and Loretta and Donna. Thank you for those donations coming in. We're going to give the levels that everyone has donated at as well, but who else at $5,000 or above? Is there anyone out there ready to put their finger on that button and make that donation, make that contribution? The scholarships that we award currently go upwards to $5,000. So think about that. You could help fund one individual scholarship with a $5,000 donation. Anyone else at $5,000? The next level we'll call is the $2,500 level. Who's willing to donate $2,500 to the Woodson Scholarship Program? The donations continue to scroll in here, and we're at $47,125, but we're going to get to that $60,000 level. Who's going to help us get there? Anyone else at $2,500? How about that? We'll take that at $1,750. Larry Biddle. Larry is in at $1,750. So Larry, thank you so much. I know that was a group of friends who Larry received birthday donations from to help support this program. Anyone else at $2,000, $2,500 or above? Where are my donors at $1,000 for the Woodson Scholarship Program? I'm looking for my $1,000 donors. Think about what your accountant will do. He'll thank me because it's a nice round even number, right? $1,000 donation to the Woodson Scholarship Program. The Woodson Warriors, the young people you have met throughout our program. For Tori, oh, there it is. Mason and Margaret Morfitt are in at $1,000. How about that? How about that? Who else at that $1,000 level? Christy Hardwick is in at $1,000. James Mack at $1,000. Anyone else at $1,000? Christy Hardwick, we got a chance to hear those beautiful tunes of hers in our pre-show. So Christy, thank you so much for supporting this program. Who else at $1,000? There's another one. Clarence and Terry Lipsy Scott is in at $1,000. And Pilot Bank is in at $1,000. Where are my other $1,000 donors? There it is. Elizabeth Moynihan is in at $1,000, right? Folks, we are at $56,275 for the Woodson Scholarship Program. Who else at $1,000? Anyone else? We're going to keep working our way down, but folks, again, at any point you want to put in your dollar amount above the number that I'm calling out, we will recognize you then. Again, my $1,000 donors for Pilot Bank and Mason and Margaret Morfitt, thank you. And Clarence and Terry Lipsy Scott, thank you so much. Elizabeth Moynihan, Christy Hardwick, and Autumn, were there any thousands that came in on earlier in the program? Or you want to look at those later? You want to switch over? Let's refresh these screens. We got lots of screens in front of us here to make sure that we're acknowledging all the donors that have come in. So let's see. We called out Mason and Margaret. We acknowledged James Mack, Christy Hardwick, Pilot Bank, Clarence and Terry, thank you, and Elizabeth Moynihan, all at $1,000. All right, let's keep moving on. Our next level is the $500 level. Where are my donors at $500 for the Woodson Scholarship Program? The Woodson Warriors, who will support them at the $500 donation level? We're at $56,275, so close to our $60,000 goal. Who's going to put in that donation to help us get over that goal? So let's go ahead and look at the other screen so I can acknowledge the $500 donors that came in earlier on in the program, because I know we had some. We got Ellen McFadden was a $600 donor. Let's give Ellen a round of applause, right? Celeste Berry was in at $500. Celeste, one of our committee members. There's Jane Bunker at $500. Lynn Burr Brignoli is in at $300. Who else at $500 and above who wants to support this program? Oh, Celeste Davis is now in at $500. So Celeste, also part of our pre-show, thank you. And how about the Miles Partnership? The Miles Partnership puts in a $500 donation on behalf of Visit St. Pete Clearwater. Round of applause for the Miles Partnership. Chris Hart is a $500 donor. Thank you to Chris Hart for your $500 donors. Oh, and look, Frenchie is in. Frenchie Bradley is a $500 donor. I love to see that. We are at $58,375. So close to that $60,000 goal. I believe we're going to get there, and we're going to go over it. Where are my donors at $250? We got earlier on in the program, we got donations of $250 from Amy Howell and Pip Quillen at $250. Thelma McLeod, Yolanda Hudson was a $250 donor. Rosalind Graham and Kimberly Brown Williams all at $250. Chiquita Clark is a $250 donor. Carol Motley is at $250. How about Michael Kaloran at $250? Karen Cole at $250. Chris Nagel at $250. There's a lot 250s earlier. I love it. Anne Dagno, I hope I got that one right, but thank you for your $250 donation. Avril Summer at $250. Dennis Ali at $250. Thank you for those of you who got in at $250. We're at $59,125. Look at this. Chris Nagel is in with a $500 donation now. And David Reinerson is a $250 donation. Now understand that I see up on our screens, and those of you watching at home, you're going to watch us go over the $60,000 mark, and we will celebrate that, but we're not going to get too excited right away. We're going to wait till the end for a huge celebration. Where are the rest of my donors at $250? We have a few more that have come in at $200. How about Michael and Christine Morfitt at $200? And Loretta Bluthorn at $200. Rick Reynolds is a $200 donor. Anyone else at $200 or $250? We're at $59,125. All right, we have one more level we're going to call. And at this level, it's the $100 level. Before you put in your donations, let me tell you about a little game that we play at the $100 level. The game is this. We've got one prize, and that prize is a 2-day, 1-night stay at the Vinoy. Everyone say, ooh. A 2-day, 1-night stay at the Vinoy with 2 tickets to American Stage. I didn't use them during the live auctions. We're going to use them now, right? So 2 tickets to see a show at American Stage, a stay at the Vinoy, as nice as the hotels get here in the Tampa Bay area, and we're simply going to give it to the person who gives $100 last. All right? You see what I did there? So in order to play this game, you must donate at least $100. So anyone who comes in at $100 or more, you have a chance to win this game. Joni Long just gave $250. So first we will applaud Joni. Secondly, I will now tell you that if I were to say closed on this game, she would get the stay at the Vinoy and the 2 tickets to American Stage for just $250. Who would like in at $100 or more? Remember, all donations go in through your bidding device. You can play this game more than once, but you must tap that button. Every time you tap it, it's a donation. And when we close out this part of the program, we'll be able to announce who our winning bidder is, a winning donor of this game, that's going to get a chance to stay at the Vinoy and see a show at American Stage for just a donation of $100 or more. So let's acknowledge some of the other $100 donations that came on earlier in the program. Jennifer Shannon was in at $100. Jean Lee was in at $100. Donna McCrae at $100. Jillian Fowler at $100. Eric Dre was a $100 donor. Lynn Wilkinson at $100. Janet Fusco at $100. Donna Starr, thank you for your donation. Larry Enlow is a $100 donor. Deborah Figgs Sanders is a $100 donor. Michaela Barnes, thank you for your $100 donation. Helen McKay at $100. Barbara Mortier at $100. Larry Biddle, an additional donation, $100. Larry, thank you. Brenda Moore at $100. Shar Priolo at $100. And Michelle Kuchuk at $100. Folks, those are the donors who are helping us get over that $60,000 mark. But in order to win our stay at the Vinoy, you must be our last $100 donor. So who's going to try to get in and win this opportunity to stay at the Vinoy? Joni Long is still my last donor. If we were to say closed right now, she would get it, but we do have some new donations that have come in. Michael Morfitt at $100, but Michael, you were outdone by Karen Williams at $100. Delcita Thompson is in at $250. So Delcita is now our last donor. Who is going to be our last donor in this game? Remember, you have to spend and donate at least $100 or more. The next donation will help us get over that $60,000 mark, at least as long as it's $175. We just got a $100 donation. That came from Adrian Ganson at $100. So we just got another one at $100. Let's see who that is. Beth Strombraw is a $100 donor. We are over our $60,000, but we got a little bit more work to do. Who's going to win this prize? Here's how the game is going to end. I am going to put a 30-second counter on the clock. In fact, we're going to put that 30-second counter on right now. Understand that unlike the live auction, it doesn't show up on your bidding device. The only 30-second counter is here in the studio. Once again, because of latency, understand that the words that are coming out of my mouth are reaching people at home at different times. So after they tell me here in the studio, and by studio I mean the Dr. Carter G. Woodson African American Museum, where we come to you from today, then I will alert you all as to who our last donor is in our Bid from the Heart. We will then put up our heart. We will celebrate with how much money and funds we have just raised. All right, so here's what we've got. I'm going to update some of the donations that have come in while I've been talking there and while I've been closing out this part of the game. We talked about Michael Morfitt and the $100 donation that he gave. We talked about Karen Williams and the $100 that she gave. Delcita Thompson came in at $250. Adrian Ganson was in at $100. Beth Stombaugh was in at $100. Keith Watts came in at $100. The donations continued to come in while this game was closing because everyone wanted to stay at the Vinoy with the tickets to American Stage. But we're waiting to see who our last donor is to put in that donation as part of our program. So we mentioned Keith Watts. Then Linda J. Mitchell came in with a $100 donation. Ada Snyder came in with a $100 donation. We're now at $60,425. So as the last few donations have come in, what I will tell you is I think we have our final donor that has just come in. Our $100 donation, refresh one more time for me, please. Our last donation that has come in is that right there. With a $100 donation, Fred Morfitt is going to win our prize. But more importantly, let's put that heart back up on the screen because I want to see what we just did. Is we just raised $60,425. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you that this is the time of the program that I call the all call, which means any dollar amount at any level that you want to give, whether it's $40 or $40,000, now's the time to put it in your bidding device and make that contribution and that donation to the Woodson Warriors, to the Woodson Scholarship Program. As we begin to wrap up our program, I've got a few things, a little housekeeping, but as much as anything, we've got some prizes to give away for those of you who are still tuned in and watching us. First, we've got our final registration reward. All you had to do to win this prize is be registered. This is going to be 2 tickets to the Free Fall Theaters here in St. Petersburg, and the winner of that registration reward is? John Foley wins one of our registration rewards. So John, congratulations. We also have our opportunity drawing, which many of you bought your way into. For $100, you got a chance to win a $1,250 gift card from the Gold and Diamond Source. We picked one person from all the people who bought their way into that, and the winner was? Susan Bernor. How about that, Susan? So congratulations, Susan. All right. If you won an item, please understand that you will receive a text message through Qtago, which is our mobile bidding platform. They will let you know exactly how the pickup process is going to be, whether it's a piece of art or some other item in the auction. They will communicate through that text message platform so that you know exactly how to get your item. If you so choose to pay and donate via check, please just mail a check to the Dr. Carter G. Woodson African American Museum, and you can contribute to the Woodson Warrior Scholarship Program. For all the items that didn't sell in our silent auction, we are going to open the silent auction back up after this program. So many of you may have been waiting to see what else you won, what else you donated. After this program, give us a little time. We're going to open the silent auction back up, and it's going to close. Do we set a closing date on that yet? All right. We'll let you know exactly when the silent auction is going to close, but if you want to bid on any of those items, you can bid on the silent auction items that didn't sell throughout our program. I want to take a moment to check in on some of our text-to-screen images as well, because people have been sending in pictures throughout the program, and we've got a chance to see them watching the program, enjoying the program. People taking pictures of the back of my head there. That's perfect. But there is our studio audience who's watching the program there. That's a big part of our committee who's part of it. The Urban Gypsies there, they were part of our program. We mentioned Lauren earlier, and I think we're going to get to see Demetrius again. So thank you to everyone who sent in pictures as part of our text-to-screen. What I want to do now, if you can give me my totals for the program, we're going to look it up here on the screen, because this is one of my favorite parts of the event, is really getting a chance to announce the total money that we were able to raise, the funds we were able to raise as part of this program. Because I will tell you that they're already celebrating here in the studio. Let me say it to the crowd first. But let me tell you, when this program first started, more than 2 years ago, the initial hope was that they could raise about $20,000 and give that away as scholarships as part of the program. In the first year, they raised $43,000, right? And now, because this program has started to pick up such steam, oftentimes, due to people like you watching programs like this, they're able to raise a tremendous amount of money. So what I'm here to tell you all is, let me get this right, make sure I do this. What we're able to do here, because I had to do some math, because we had funds that were raised going into the program, plus all the money that we raised here. What we did here for all of 2021, capping off with this program for the Woodson Warrior Scholarship Program, is raise $157,000. How about that? That is something special. Now, as we wrap up the program, I want to thank, first and foremost, in no particular order of importance, my friends from the production crew has made everything sound and look great. Qtago, auction software that has made sure that all the bidding and donating was great. How about a round of applause for our studio audience? You can give yourself a round of applause. They've been hooting and hollering all program long. My name is Jason Alpert. I've loved being your host, your MC, and auctioneer. And now it's my opportunity to introduce our headline performer who's going to close out our show. He's a music entertainer, a songwriter, a producer, and a humanitarian. He is the co-founder of the Teen Art Conservatory in St. Petersburg. It's a Florida-based not-for-profit organization that serves more than 2,500 youth in our community through its global learning, health, and wellness programs and their creative workforce focus. He is the vice president of the Grammy Florida PR chapter and was recently acknowledged by the USA Today as one of the top 40 R&B artists in all of North America for his hit single, Falling for You. He joins us as part of this Woodson Warrior Scholarship Program to perform his song titled Humanity from his newly released EP, Frequency. Ladies and gentlemen, we wrap up our program and I say goodnight by introducing Alex Harris. Have a great night, everybody.
Humanity is a single that I put out. It's available everywhere, Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify. Also, you can visit me at alexharrisofficial.com. And I'm so grateful to share this song because it really speaks to how important it is to celebrate each other and to support each other and to comfort each other. There isn't one that's better than the other. We're all human, regardless of color, position, race, ethnic identity. And so I hope that you enjoy this song.
Color is color, heart beats the same. Tell me, what is the difference? Inside we're made the same. To love is simple. Yes, we can change. Mend our brokenness, heal the world, disease and pain. Will you turn and walk away and pretend you don't see? I hear an outcry in the universe. All humanity, we're all human. We're all human. We're all human. Ooh. I've been a victim of system. I learned to play by the rules. Almost lost my identity by the isms of peace, positions and powers so misused, yeah. Generational ignorance, it's been told as truth. Will you turn and walk away and pretend you don't see? I hear an outcry in the universe. For all humanity, we're all human. We're all human. We're all human. Yes, inequalities still do exist, yeah. But a change will be, yeah, if we dare persist. And if you don't stand for something, we'll fall for anything, yeah. Let's stand for love. That's what I believe, yeah. So tell me, will you turn and walk away, pretend you don't see? There's an outcry in the universe. For all humanity, we're all human. We're all human. We're all human. We're all human. We're all human.
Thank you so much.